I need your ID.
I'm
not
declining.
asking, I'm requiring you to produce your ID right now.
Are you giving me an ultimatum
I need
between
your ID
arrest?
right now.
And I don't have to show you that unless you're
Are
going
we
to give me an
Are you
ultimatum.
going to act like a child, or are we going to be adults here? I need your ID.
I am sticking with the law.
Please produce your identification right now.
What's up, YouTube and CT3 fam? Welcome back to another video. I'm CT3, and today we're highlighting a clip from a citizen who went toe-to-toe with the tyrant, yeah, the ones that give cops a bad name and earn them so much hate. During the clip, I'll interject with a few educational pointers to ensure your rights are not violated on your next encounter with the cop. And the clip we're highlighting today is from the YouTube channel, The Lonely Pamphleteer. Make sure you use the link in the description below for the full video. And while you're over there, show them some love, because without them, there's no CT3. Keep in mind, my goal is to make this an educational experience based on your civil rights, along with your rights to film in public. So if you could, go ahead and gently smash that like button for that reason alone. Now with that done, let's get right into it.
See, you're allowed to do that. You are absolutely allowed to do that. I'm not going to take my mask
Well, you know
off.
what? When I knock you out, you will.
No. Did you hear what he just said?
Yeah.
Let me talk. Okay. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm just taking pictures. That's all.
He said he was
Here's the
a
thing.
journalist.
Here's the thing. You've been asked to leave the property, okay, by the manager of the post office.
This
okay?
is public property.
Yes, sir. But you've been asked by the manager to leave the post office property. If you would like to go over there and take
I'm
your
not going
pictures,
to.
okay?
I'm not going
If you would
to.
like to go across the street and
This
take your
is
pictures,
public. Since it is owned by the federal government, this is public property.
okay. State law right now has asked you to leave the property. If you do not,
I'm going to show you why you're wrong. I'm going to show you why you're wrong.
I don't care what you have to show me, to be honest.
It's paperwork that says I can film
I
this.
have now asked you to leave the property. If you do not,
And
you
you're
will be
misinformed.
you will be placed under arrest.
Now, hang on a second. You're telling me if I don't leave, you're going to arrest me.
Yes, sir. You have been asked by a law enforcement officer to leave the property that you are standing on right now.
Here,
Do understand that?
I want you to read this. This is from the Department of
need to
Homeland
read
Security.
anything?
Yes, you do. Right there. It says I can film this. I can be on this property and I can film it.
Have I said anything about filming? No.
No.
I've asked you to leave the property.
But that's why I was asked to leave. I can't be trespassed from public property.
Yes, you can.
Unless I've done something wrong.
any
I haven't.
no, that's
I
not
haven't
true.
created a scene. I
Sir?
haven't violated any laws.
Okay.
He's become disorderly.
Just don't even say a word to him.
I'm not saying a word.
If you would shut your trap and listen for 2
Oh
seconds.
boy, you got an attitude, don't you?
If you would listen for 2 seconds, state law says if any representative of any business, anywhere, I don't care if it's federal government, which this would qualify as a
matters.
federal government business, any representative of any business asks law enforcement to tell you to exit the property, you must do so per state law. So if you would like to go that route,
He doesn't have the authority to ask
he
me to
does.
leave.
He absolutely does by state law.
Do you know what his position
State law trumps anything you're about to tell me.
I'm just
So
asking, do you know
have
what
a-
his
you have-
position is?
You have about 30 seconds, because I'm about to walk inside and ask him if he would like to do the same thing. You have 30 seconds to leave this property. You
All right,
understand
I
me?
mean, a lawsuit is just as good being threatened for arrest. So
I'm not threatening
so,
arrest.
No, you're promising arrest. You're telling me if I don't
Exactly.
leave, you will arrest me.
Because that's what has
That's
to
an
happen.
ultimatum.
That is exactly what has to happen.
That's an ultimatum.
I'm giving you the opportunity to, on your own free will, walk off of this property, which it sounds like you're not going to. So if you would like
Oh, I will.
to not walk
I will.
off
I
of-
just want to make sure that I understand what you're saying. If I don't leave, you are going to arrest me.
Yes, per state law, I have to. So,
Okay, I'll move over there.
Do you have your ID on you?
I'm not going to show you ID.
Okay. When a law enforcement officer asks you to present your ID to them,
No.
you're required by state law.
You need reasonable, articulable suspicion of
Right
a
here.
crime.
Right here.
Of a crime. What is the crime?
Harassment.
It's not harassment.
It is.
No,
When
this
several
is not
When several
harassment.
people have come up to me.
I have
and
kept
told
my
me-
mouth shut.
Several,
I kept my mouth shut. It's not
several
harassment.
people have asked me to talk to you because you're recording them walking in and out of a business.
Yeah, and that's fine.
That's
I
harass-
have the
that's
right to do
borderline
that.
harassment.
No, it's not. I'm
It's
standing.
definitely suspicious.
This is a constitutionally protected activity, filming in public,
Okay, but what-
and I had the
are you
right to do
doing
it.
Are you doing a project or something?
Yes,
Okay, for what?
I'm not going to tell you now because you've been so aggressive.
How? I've kept my distance. I've explained state law to you. How is that aggressive?
Because
Please tell me how that is aggressive.
you've. Hang on a second. I have to decline this.
I've done nothing but explain state
I have
law.
asked you if you want to see this paperwork that will explain to you that I have a right to be here. This is federal paperwork from Congress and from the Department of Homeland Security. This right here will explain the whole thing.
I work for the state. You understand
Yes,
that, right?
yes.
So I'm explaining state law to you.
In federal law trumps state law.
No,
it
doesn't.
always does. It always does.
And if you want to be a part of Congress, yes. If you want to be, if you work for the state as like a senator or something, yes. I work for Dorchester County Sheriff's Office. I enforce state law. I do not enforce federal law. I'm not a federal law enforcement officer. You understand that, correct?
Yeah, but federal law trumps state law,
That's
especially
not
when
true.
it comes down to just the freedom of being able to film in public.
Regardless, do you have your ID?
Here, let's walk over here so I'm not going to
Do
get
you have your
trespassed.
ID? I need
I
your
am
ID
not
right
going to
now.
show you my identification.
So you're not going to provide your.
I don't have to. I
You
don't have
do.
to. What
You do.
crime are you suspecting me of? You need
Harassment.
reasonable. Or,
Actually, trespassing at this point. We're beyond that.
well,
So let me get this straight. A citizen tries to show a cop some paperwork explaining what he's doing there. But this tyrant says, I don't care. If you don't leave, you'll be placed under arrest. This cop is seriously trying to kick a citizen off of federal public property. He's making up crimes that no one is a victim of. He's trying to force the citizen to unlawfully identify himself. This is the kind of cop that gives law enforcement a bad reputation and is the reason most civilians dislike the police. This cop never conducted an investigation. He immediately went to bully, intimidate, threaten, violate, and harass the citizen peacefully filming in public. Honestly, it makes me angry to see these type of tyrants, but let's continue. Oh, and state law will never trump the Constitution of the United States. Now let's continue.
you need
Harassment.
reasonable. Or,
Actually, trespassing at this point. We're beyond that.
well,
I need your ID.
are you going to arrest me if I don't show you my ID?
I can.
I need you to give me an ultimatum.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm
Okay
asking
then.
for your ID.
Okay then. I'm going to move off the
I
property.
need your ID.
If you're asking for it, I'm going to decline.
I need your ID.
I'm
not
declining.
asking, I'm requiring you to produce your ID right now.
Are you giving me an ultimatum
I need
between
your ID
arrests?
right now.
And I don't have to show you that unless you're
Are we
going to give me an
Are you
ultimatum.
going to act like a child, or are we going to be adults here? I need your ID.
I am sticking with
Please
the law.
Produce your identification right now.
If you're asking, I'm going to
I'm
decline.
not asking. I'm
So,
requiring you to produce identification.
Are you going to
right
arrest
now.
me if I don't show you my identification?
I need your identification right now.
If you're not going
I
to
need your
arrest me,
identification right now.
I'm going to
I need
decline.
your identification right now.
You sound like a broken record. Unless you tell me you're going to arrest me if I don't show you my identification,
That's not how this works.
we're just having, it is
I don't
exactly
make
how it works.
threats. I don't give ultimatums. Okay? I need your identification right now. By law, you are required to produce it.
Not unless you can provide reasonable, articulable suspicion that a crime has occurred. Now, where is your
Harassment and
evidence?
trespassing. You've been asked to leave by multiple subjects. They don't want you here, and you haven't left yet.
Is this a supervisor here?
Who?
Is that your
that's my
supervisor?
zone partner.
I think you should probably have a supervisor show up.
104, 153. Gladly. I will gladly get my lieutenant to come waste his time to talk to you.
All
rather
right.
than you be an adult and leave. Got it.
Oh, I will leave if you just let me leave. All I'm doing is filming in public. I'm taking pictures of people going in and out. I'm working on a story about COVID-19. That's all. I'm just working on a story about COVID-19,
You work for,
taking
like,
pictures,
post op- do you work for like a news
like
agency or anything?
a YouTube channel.
A YouTube channel?
Yes, sir.
What's your channel name?
The Lonely Pamphleteer.
I'm sorry, say that again?
The Lonely Pamphleteer. Can I have your name and badge number, please?
Deputy Smith, 143.
Thank you. So he's telling me I have to identify myself, and I'm saying unless there is evidence of a crime, he needs reasonable or articulable suspicion that a crime has occurred, is occurring, or is about to occur. He has harassment. I'd like to know who is telling him that I'm harassing him, because I've been here quiet as a church mouse, and I have evidence of it. I have video. This is objective evidence that I haven't been harassing anybody. That guy over there with the gray shirt came up and wanted to punch me in the mouth, he said. He's going to knock me out. That is the actual quote from him. I haven't said anything to anybody except people who ask me what I'm doing. And I tell them I'm working on a story. And that's all.
You've done this before?
Yes. Yep.
Is this,
No problem.
At this location or?
No, over in Somerville, over there by Berlin G. Myers.
Right.
And police officer showed up, said, you're not doing anything illegal. This is public property. You can take pictures in public. That's it. Man, here comes Mr. Arrogant here, Mr. Trouble Starter.
Mr. Davies trying to be nice, okay? You have to go beyond that pillar right there or across the street and you continue to do what you're doing.
Okay.
But
What's
you
your name and badge
cannot
number, please?
Stand on the post office property. That's all he said.
I'm not saying I'm not going to comply. I just want to say,
Still need your ID.
no, sir. Not unless you're going to give me an ultimatum. If you're going to give me an ultimatum, then I'm going to be arrested. Then I'll provide my ID.
If I give you an ultimatum, that's really against the law for me to do that. So I'm
Otherwise
not gonna
you're
risk
requesting.
my job for some person who I don't even know what your name is.
Well, that's where you're putting yourself right now. If you're saying you want ID, if you're asking for ID, I'm going to respectfully decline
I'm
to
not
show you.
asking you. You are required by state. I'll go look up the statute and turn it off for you if you'd like.
Perfect. And it'll say you have to have reasonable articulable suspicion a crime has occurred.
They called because you're recording people walking in and out of a doorway.
And that's not a crime.
It's
That's
suspicious.
public photography.
It's suspicious.
Is suspicious?
It is very suspicious.
Is suspicious a
It's to the point
misdemeanor
where
or a
you-
felony?
It's to the point where I can stretch public disorderly conduct and take you to jail for that because now we have a crowd watching us.
Because of you.
No, because of you.
Photography
think
by
about this.
itself cannot be deemed
Cause and
unlawful.
effect. Cause and effect, right? I wouldn't be here. I'm the effect.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're the cause.
If
I
a
wouldn't be here
man,
if you weren't still here.
if a man standing here, just simply getting footage, which is suspicious of misdemeanor or a felony.
Especially with everything that we've got going on right now.
I would just
it's
like to
very
know,
suspicious.
is
Very
suspicion
suspicious. I'm gonna go look up that statute for you. Because you are required by state law to produce that.
only if you have reasonable articulable suspicion a crime has
You
occurred?
see what you're doing?
This is not a crime.
A lot of people very uncomfortable.
This is public photography. I'm allowed to do this.
Don't act like an adult.
He's acting like a little kid. Tell me to act like an adult when he acts like that. Do you know him well?
Was on partner. I've known him for the last few years.
Is he new on the force?
He's been doing it as long as I have.
Mind if I ask how long that is?
3 years.
You're being professional. I don't have a problem with you.
All right. You can leave.
Okay.
You need to leave. Beyond the archway, or across the street. Please do not stand in the street because now you're becoming a safety hazard. If
Gotcha.
you want to stand on that little median, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Or beyond that archway. But you cannot step foot on the shaded part. This
All
is
right.
their property and they have asked you to leave it. Is that clear enough?
It's clear. Yep. I just want to know, did you get a name of the person who's complaining?
I'm not giving you that.
I'll have to FOIA it then.
Then you can FOIA it, but I'm not giving you that.
All right. I'll walk down here. If you'll tell that guy in the gray shirt to get out of here.
I will escort you down there.
All right.
Yeah, hang tight on that.
I'm moving down here.
Just don't talk to him. Why do you need to talk to him?
He got aggressive. I said, I'm just moving down here.
All right, this is your cutoff line. Do you understand?
Okay. Yep.
If they call again and you are on their property, you will go to jail because now you have an official.
This is a
you have
trespass
an
warning.
official
Gotcha.
warning.
Yep.
Do you understand?
I got it. Yep.
Have a blessed day.
Well, now that didn't work out very. That's a fail right there. That's a definite fail.
This is the type of cop that causes the divide between law enforcement and civilians. This clip is proof that little knowledge of the law is required to become an officer. I wonder if they train officers to ask civilians for their ID, and if we refuse, just threaten to take us to jail. And then the trainer says, watch how fast they'll give it up then, and laughs. Is that y'all strategy? If so, the cat is out the hat. We understand now you trained a lot of us. We figured out that if you violate our rights and take us to jail for not identifying, that we can hold you accountable. We learned that you have no authority over us until we commit a crime. And we also learned that you cannot just make up random crimes, that you must actually articulate a crime. More and more people are learning every day from videos like this. We're not going to allow you to say, oh, you're recording people walking in and out the building, you're being suspicious of a crime. But what's the crime, officer? We will not willfully hand over our Fourth Amendment rights like this is the 90s or the early 2000s. Those days are over with. Now I suggest you go back to training and learn how to respect the citizen refusing your unlawful orders. because cops like this should be fired and blacklisted from any other law enforcement job in the future. Now let me calm down because that's going to do it for this video. Much love to the Lonely Pampeteer. Again, make sure you use the links in the description below to show him some love and check out his most recent videos. Also, if you're not already, make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you won't miss the next episode. If you made it this far, thank you so much. You're the real CT3 fam. Remember, if you can believe it, you can achieve it. Until next time, peace.